The success of Ceridian is the sum total of the successes of our customers. And our customers are extremely successful doing great things, and we provide them with a platform, a podium, and a microphone to share those best practices, share thought leadership with their peers. And not only are they sharing, but they're also receiving.
It helps you feel connected. So, and I think that that's one of another good values of XOXO. You don't feel like whatever you're dealing with alone, you're not.
I've reached out to a lot of people on the XOXO website. I've gotten some ideas from them on reporting or any type of configuration changes or any enhancements that they've made that we can maybe utilize in our own environment.
One of the things I like about that program is it's real informative.
The technology just seemed so updated to be able to reach out to others and have discussions with others.
The XOXO website has connections that help you network, connecting with other people. They hook you up, and just resources to be able to read what's going on in the marketplace.
I posted a question out there of someone, and I had a gentleman call me that was formatted very similar to what we are, the way that they pay their employees and all that kind of stuff, and we had this fantastic conversation.
One of the nice things with XOXO is the online portal. It's very easy to get around, to view your challenges, to do the communications on the challenges.
The value of XOXO is a community relationship of both prospects and current Ceridian clients, and it's a level of openness and honesty that is really an amazing thing.
That's it. That's what we do. So for those of you who don't know Ceridian, we do something really cool and really exciting. We help you get paid. We're a payroll company. So, all the people you never think about that work in the basement, the HR people, they're our customers, right? And notice that not one of them spoke about what they're doing for Ceridian. They all talked about what was in it for them. And that's what this is about. So the key is important. I'm going to talk about that at the end. And we're going to do a little active participation. If you're in sales, stand up. Okay, so I'm going to really annoy you folks. Trust me. Okay, sit down. Clicker is right here forward. So I'm not so brazen to have coined that phrase. I was at another conference called Connected Enterprise. That's Ray Wang Constellation Group. And we kind of burned up Twitter, and I had one of my customers there who's the CIO of a large organization in Texas. And he actually created a draft of a wiki page called the Tarnoff Principle, because I said, there's no such thing as a sales process, right? So shark charts, right? Blue sheets, Hyman Miller, all that good stuff, right? I don't believe there is anything such thing as a sales process anymore. And I'm gonna burn up some marketing people in a minute, but let's finish this first. Okay? So what I believe in is this. I think there's a buying process. Some people call it a buyer's journey. And the most successful salespeople are those where people like us, the marketing people, ensure that they're injected into that buyer's journey at the right time, right? So rather than, now let's go on and beat up on marketing people, which I'm one. So 5 years ago, what was our job, right? CEO said, turn up the volume. Got to get louder, more clicks. I want to see more stuff about my dad being able to beat up their dad, right? Those are the conversations. I want you to print more stuff, right? I want the sales guys, you got to arm the field. If they're not very good, at least they can go out and threaten them with a bigger briefcase, right? We don't do that anymore. Now it's time, I don't want to be rude, but marketing's got to shut the F up a little bit and let our customers start and maintain conversations about us and about you that you can't start or maintain yourselves, right? So think about the last time you bought something. You don't walk into Best Buy and say, hey, so tell me about your TVs, and then go across the street to H.H. Gregg and say, hey, tell me about your TVs. You know, I call my son. He used to call me, now I call him. I call my son, I ask him, okay, what should I do? You know, what do you like? What should I look out for? And I'm pretty damn well educated and pretty far along my journey in making that buy before I ever engage with anybody who's going to try to sell me anything. Right? So we have truly given our advocates a podium and a microphone. And when we sat down to think about this customer success thing and calling it XOXO, which, by the way, I was not in favor of. I wanted to call it Ceridian DNA, but I was overruled by our CEO, who gives people a hug and a mug. I mean, that's the way David is. So we really have enabled and empowered our customers to talk about us. We don't talk about ourselves much anymore. And at the end of the day, as I was saying to somebody sitting in the back a minute ago, sooner or later, when you come to the large industry trade shows that we participate in, hopefully one day there'll only be one of the 40 people that are manning the booth. There'll only be one person from Ceridian, and that'll be our event coordinator. We want our customers there. We want our customers talking. So this is really what it's all about. And I got to be honest. I stole this slide from someone, and I don't remember who. I'd love to get it. There you go. I got it from Jim. So at the end of the day, what we're doing is we're building this social proof, right? So we're giving people, when people come into our sales process, we know a couple things. They have a predisposition towards Ceridian. They prefer us. Otherwise, they wouldn't be there. They came into the channel based upon all of the homework and all the stuff that they hear about. These guys file taxes on time. They get our payroll done on time. And all the other great things we do. I'm not trying to sell Ceridian right now. So we have a tremendous group of advocates who we've empowered and mobilized to spread the good word. We also know that we have a shorter sales cycle, and we also know that the discount word doesn't come up much. Doesn't come up much. So it's not like we're trying to say, you know, we've walked away from demand gen for the most part. Kind of figured out that if you don't have a headache, nobody's going to buy the aspirin anyhow. So here's a real world example, and let me talk about this for just a minute. When we look at a vertical market, the first thing we look at is, do we have an advocate who's a subject matter expert? Can someone partner with us so that when we go into this vertical and we declare a vertical, we already know what we're going to put forth and what's going to be of interest to the buyer. We also know that the content is not stuff that, you know, we had our writers write. It's not, as Nick said this morning, it's not one of those case studies that starts off with, we did this and the ROI was that, and blah, 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 blah. It's in the language of the industry because it's all written by our advocates. We don't do so much writing anymore. The SMEs are also the people who have peer-to-peer conversations. That's another thing that we no longer do. We've eradicated the word reference from our dialogue. Now our salespeople still talk in terms of reference because our competitors, just like your competitors, say make sure they get 3 references from them. Reference call, what is it? It's a 20-minute conversation. You pre-submit your 10 questions. They go through it and they hang up and they say goodbye. We engage our prospects with advocates who are their peers, and that relationship continues on forever. I mean, this isn't a one-time phone call. This is emails. We see people tweeting back and forth to one another, talking about Ceridian, talking about where they are in their buyer's journey. Then they become their mentor during their implementation. How's the discovery going? Tricks, tips, tricks, techniques, you know, best practices, thought leadership. It goes on forever. And then once, while they're in the adoption phase, that's when we have my team, who are not rookies. It's the other piece of advice that I tell people when they call me and ask me, well, I'm going to start this program, what do I do? I say, well, don't hire the MBAs right out of school. What you need is you need people who've been around the block and add a lot of value to the conversation. And that's how we continue to fill this pipeline and this loop. And this is our formula. We do it over and over and over for every market we go into. Everybody's got numbers, and this is something we look at every Monday on our team call. We launched something called XOXO Match. My team really hates it when they get emails from me at 3 o'clock in the morning because it means that I've been up thinking about a problem I'm trying to solve, and that's when I normally come up with solutions. So XOXO Match is Ceridian's version of eHarmony. It's the dating game. That's what it is. So you're a practitioner in HR payroll. I'll give you an example. Guy's in business in Chicago. He just acquired a new division in Pennsylvania. And for those of you who make those decisions, you never want to acquire a division in Pennsylvania. Tax rules there are worse than in California. So he really doesn't have a technical support issue. What he really wants to know is, hey, I'm going to go do business in this new state. How do I do it? What did you guys do? What did you run into? And that's real world. So that was the first part of it. And about, 3 months later, I came up with another one that we call XOXO Success. And we think about our customers like an orchestra, or at least I do. And in every orchestra, you have a first chair violinist who really gets it, right? They're doing things that nobody managed and could be done. And we allow them to share those things, those new cures for their internal ills or their problems that we didn't think of ourselves. So it's XOXO Match, XOXO Success, and we're going to be rolling out community as well. So what's the key? What's the key? We really believe that if we stop loving our customers, their need for love is not going to go away. Right? They're going to find somebody else to love them more than we do. And that's what Ceridian XOXO is about. And it works. And I'd be happy to answer any questions now or over a cocktail later. Thanks.
I'm not sure if it's part of the Tarnoff principle, but I can't wait to go to that first trade show and find that all the booths are just staffed by the customers of those companies. Maybe they can try that at Dreamforce this year. We'll see. It'd be awesome.